5 years ago now, our Fox 5 I-Team investigated the financial dealings of reality TV show star Todd Chrisley, the star of the cable show Chrisley Knows Best. Well, now a federal grand jury has indicted Chrisley and his wife for bank fraud and tax evasion.
Chrisley has taken to social media to tell his viewers that he's innocent, but the local U.S. attorney says fame and money won't protect Chrisley or anyone from the law.
That's right, Suwanee. BJ Pack was very clear about that. For 7 seasons, Todd Chrisley, a self-described millionaire, portrayed himself and his wife and children as an over-the-top, picture-perfect Southern family on cable TV. Money appeared to be no object, but now that money is at the center of a multi-count federal indictment.
We live in a neighborhood north of Atlanta, a gated neighborhood with celebrities here.
In 2014, the Fox 5 I-Team reported on a high-profile reality show TV star, Todd Chrisley, a self-described millionaire in Roswell. Chrisley is the star of the long-running cable show Chrisley Knows Best.
And now our main home is 30,000 square feet.
Now that one-time star has dimmed. Chrisley and his wife Julie are named in a 12-count federal indictment alleging bank fraud, wire fraud, and tax evasion. BJ Pack is the U.S. attorney in Atlanta.
Just because you're rich and you're on a TV show doesn't mean that the law is not going to come and get you when you commit a federal crime.
It just goes to show that some of these reality shows aren't very real.
The charges did not come as a surprise to Jay Kirchoff. In 2014, we reported how Kirchoff had a knockdown, drag-out fight with Chrisley over the lease purchase of Kirchoff's Suwanee home. According to Gwinnett County court records, Kirchoff ultimately asked a judge to evict Todd and Julie Chrisley because the tenant fails to pay the rent, which is now past due. The unpaid rent, $16,000. The eviction notice 1 month before the lavish Chrisley lifestyle was set to debut on TV. Were you mad?
Yeah, I was mad. I mean, I was mad. I felt somebody had taken advantage of me.
That was 5 years ago. Today, U.S. Attorney BJ Pack says Chrisley and his wife made millions from that TV show, but then concealed income on their 2009 tax returns.
That money was hidden from the IRS.
The indictment also spells out multiple counts of bank fraud. The indictment states Chrisley submitted false documents to banks and that an unnamed co-conspirator once produced a fabricated bank statement showing Chrisley had an investment account worth millions. Chrisley responded to the co-conspirator, "You are a genius. Just make it show $4 million.
I think the worst part is kind of how long it went on.
On his Instagram page, Chrisley blamed the indictment on phony documents created and given to the U.S. attorney by a disgruntled ex-employee Chrisley fired.
The fact that he is publicly denying it so far, we look for the day to prove all this in court. We're very confident in the evidence. It doesn't matter if you're famous, if you have thousands and millions of followers. Facts are the facts, and if you did the crime, we look forward to bringing you to justice.
Now, the grand jury also indicted the Chrisleys' accountant, Peter Tarantino. We could not reach the Chrisleys or Tarantino for comment. IRS special agent in charge, Thomas Holloman, stated honest taxpayers out there are fed up with those who use deceit and fraud at the taxpayers' expense. Russ, Suwanee.
All right, Dale, thanks so much.